Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to February. We did it. We survived the year that it was January. It was a million years, to be honest. That's how it felt. But we made it. And we're in February. And we're going to hope that my phone holds up where I've set it. Okay? Okay. One of my things that I told myself I wanted to do this year and start this month, as like last month was a lot of like prep things for me, and travel and other stuff. So one of the things that I wanted to get back to was going live on a weekly basis, at least once a week, and just chatting, even if it's just a few minutes, giving advice, whatever. And I was like, I didn't want to I only drink my coffee in the morning, so calling it coffee talk didn't feel right anymore. But I was like, what if I just change it up? And so here it is. But what do I know? Episode 1, a chat with your director. We'll make it like podcast style. It'll be great. And so I was just like, I have my water. I do have my water. I still don't know if comments are going to come through on here. They're hit or miss on Facebook Live. So if they don't, I'll respond to them afterwards. But that'll keep me from getting distracted if they don't anyways, so it's fine. But what I came on here to say, is I have been thinking about a lot of things lately. Thinking about what I want out of my Scentsy business this year, my Scentsy business in the future, what that looks like, what my systems and things look like. Last month I was in Denver for a long weekend with the amazing Karen Fettis and a bunch of other Scentsy people. Just literally, you could have heard a pin drop in the room most of the time. We were laughing hysterically the other times, but like we were so focused on getting work done and just like brainstorming and like completing things that we always say we're going to complete and never do. And it was really, really good for my soul and came at just the right time. And one of the things we were talking about, and one of the things I wanted to bring up, and why I went live today, was we were talking about how there's some sort of like, I don't know if disconnect is the right word, but I'm going to use the word disconnect. Disconnect in what is going on in the Scentsy world right now. There's a lot of people and of all walks of life, all levels of business, all lengths of consultantship, who like people who've been around for a decade and people who've been around for a week. Like, I mean, it's like a widespread thing that people like seem to be really wanting to be spoon-fed information. Spoon-fed a, how do I do this? Spoon-fed some surprise magical answer to make their business just happen. And like that's not a thing. Like just like being like a blunt person as I am, and I'll explain myself, but like that is not a thing. One, there's multiple ways to run this style of business. So there is no like, here's a guide, follow it step by step. It will make you successful. Like that's not how it works. It is a business of constant reinvention. It's a business of constantly adjusting the sails. It's a business of constantly, in a way, starting over again and again and again. And like if I'm gonna be like honest Dawn moment, which you know I am, like a lot of people became very, very comfortable in those COVID years, like 2000 through 2022-ish. I would say when there were still lockdowns going on, even after lockdown started lifting, people were still like really hesitant to go out. People weren't doing a lot of like discretionary income spending, like on vacations or anything like that. So they had money to spend on things like Scentsy. They were still working at home mostly, so they wanted to smell good. Like there's a lot of things in that 2020 to 2022 years that made a lot of people, for whatever reason, step back from actually like showing up in their business and let it coast. And the problem is that you can't coast forever, right? It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what kind of business you're running. It doesn't matter if it's a direct sales business or a restaurant or a retail storefront. Like, you can't coast in a business. It will die. The wind will leave and you will come crashing to the ground. And now there's a lot of people who forgot that before 2020, they needed to show up and do things. They forgot what that was like. There's a lot of people who like want things to just happen for them. And they, like I said, they want the handbook, they want the guide. And like, I was at that retreat and I said, but here's the thing. I started in 2012. Next month is my 13-year Scentiversary. When I started in 2012, I had nothing. I didn't have an upline. They had already quit. And like, I didn't have an upline. Our workstation was nothing. It literally showed us our numbers. There was no training. There was no marketing materials. There was like, it was nothing. And our catalog was wax and warmers. That's it. There was no regular training things from Scentsy. Like, you had a catalog and a business and figure it the fuck out. You know what I mean? And we did. And something I've been doing lately is going back in my Facebook memories and looking at what did I do? What did I post? What did I say? What was my like mood that I was giving off in 2012 when I was just starting my business? And those posts, y'all, they're so embarrassing. Like, today Dawn goes, oh Lordy, oh, can I go back and delete that? But guess what? No one gave a flying fuck that it was embarrassing as hell. Like, I clearly didn't really know what I was talking about. I clearly didn't like have any recollection of like what it took to advertise a damn thing. I had never run any sort of like retail business in that sense. I had never run my own business. I literally came in excited about wax and warmers, the only product we had. And guess what those cheesy ass posts all gave? Besides being cheesy ass posts, they all gave fucking excitement. And people were excited to buy wax and a warmer because they could tell that I was excited. It had nothing to do with my post being beautiful or having a great graphic or having perfect wording because it had none of those things. And I know that my like in-person conversations were also not pretty. It was dude, I like freaking love this product and you should try it. That's so freaking simple. And you know how many people say yes to trying something you're excited about? A lot. A lot. A lot. And we have so many other products besides wax and warmers. So even if someone's not a candle person, now we can cater to that, right? But like, man, oh man. My whole point is that, like, the longer we're in something, the more our brain wants to take it and, like, fuck it up. It wants to get, like, way too deep into it. And something that we used to say a lot in the early years was, we're not performing brain surgery. This isn't rocket science. We're only selling wax and warmers. Stop trying to make it seem like it's brain surgery or rocket science. And are there things, like nuanced business things that we could deal with? Sure. But do we need to? No. That's why we're 1099. That's why we're partnered with Scentsy, so that they can deal with the nuanced things. And not only do you not have to deal with the nuanced things, now in 2025, you have a whole buttload of marketing materials at your disposal in the workstation. You have a whole buttload of training materials to learn about anything you want to learn about within the Scentsy business. You have a whole buttload of product lines to share. So if you're not excited about one, don't share it. Share what you are excited about. I've hardly focused on a single, literally, I'm going to be really honest, hardly focused on a single LTO for the past year. The catalog has been my bread and butter because we didn't have LTOs when I started. And part of my brain is like, get back to the core of what we are as a brand, as a company. Get back to like where you're just fucking excited about it. Like, stop overthinking every little nuanced thing that comes across your path. It's better done than perfect. And we're never going to be perfect. I know some of us wish we were. And gosh, but we're not perfect. Sorry, we're humans. We're not perfect. And that's okay. Because that goes along with another thing I've told you guys forever, is that, like, you're the only you. And that makes you perfect. And people don't buy Scentsy to buy Scentsy because they can do that from 200,000 other people. They buy it because they connect with you. They get what you're putting down, right? So, like, if we're hiding all the things that make us us in order to have some perfect business persona, like, that doesn't make any sense. And I wasn't hiding shit in 2012. I was just excited about wax and warmers. And I'll tell you, when I pull up my 2012 catalog, I should grab it. It's back here somewhere. It's not cute, y'all. Like, it wasn't anything exciting. I know it's back here somewhere. Oh, it's too far away. I have it too blocked in. But it wasn't exciting. It was half the catalog size of what we have now. I mean, it was exciting because I loved the wax and warmers and I loved the candle replacement. And that's what I shared. And so, again, but what do I know? I've only been doing this 13 years. But if you don't know where to go from this point, if COVID made you, like, stumble in your business and you're like, what do I do now? PRV. Sell the product. If this was your first day as a Scentsy consultant, what would you do? You'd go share some product. What are your favorite things in that catalog? Go make a 6-pack, talk about it. Go pull your favorite warmers, talk about it. Go clean your counters, talk about it. Whatever you're excited about, be fucking excited about it on purpose in front of people. Don't worry about what the end number is going to be, where the recruit's coming from, blah, 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 blah. And if you're excited to build a team, then talking about recruiting as a product that we offer is what will build a team. Don't make it seem complicated. Again, we're not asking anybody. I'm not asking you to do rocket science math. I'm not asking you to do brain surgery on anyone. I'm asking you to love Scentsy and share the parts of Scentsy you love with the excitement at which you love it. Does that make sense? So if you're excited about Pixie, if this was January and you were me and you were excited about Pixie, you were doing what I did, and literally every conversation I was fucking having was about Pixie because I was so damn excited that it was back finally after 12 years. Right? And so like, just be excited about a product. I don't know, Dawn. I feel lost. Be excited about the product and share that shit. That's it. There is no magic book. There is no guide. There are tips people can give on things that have worked for them. But as we've discussed many times, the things that work for me may not work for you. The things that work for you may not work for me. And that's okay, because this business has a million ways to work it. But at the core of all of it, regardless of what path we take, is loving the product and the company and sharing that. Why do we become a consultant? Because somebody was excited about the product and the company and they shared that. Why did we buy that first warmer? Because someone was excited about the product and the company and they shared that. It all comes back to that. And so in 2025, what we're going to do is be excited about the product and the company and share that. But what do I know? It's only been 13 years. Happy Tuesday.